All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to GWR Live. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by my dad Tony Gonzalez here on Wednesday night. Got special guest, pro wrestler, the Naptown Nightmare, Juwan Thomas. How's it going, man?
Tired, but hey, I'm doing good.
That's awesome. Well, let's go ahead and get started. Hey, Juwan, what got you into pro wrestling?
Uh, ugh. it varies. Okay, I'm just joking. Um, really, what got me into it, even though I can't do the stuff he does, is Jeff Hardy, uh, Crispin Wall, Kurt Angle, and Edge. Put it that way.
Okay.
Those are the guys that got me into it. Uh, but otherwise than that, I think that's pretty much it.
What age was you when you knew that you kind of decided, hey, I'm going to be a pro wrestler. I'm going to do this.
Uh, about 7 or 8.
Really?
Yeah, about
Cool.
7 or 8. I even told my mom, I was like, that's something I want to do. I'm gonna do it, and here I am now.
Where did you get your training at?
Uh Joey Kid Owens. I had a lot of people. So it mainly started at WCWO, and then people started putting their hands in everything. You know what I mean? So a lot of people had their hands involved when it came to me training. But JKO, Joey Kid Owens is one. TJ Kemp is another. Hibbly Jed. And the person that did the final touches was Michael Elgin. So those are all people that had their hands involved with me training wise.
Who was the last person that you said you kind of cut out? We couldn't hear it.
Michael Elgin.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh, how
Go ahead.
how long have you been in the wrestling business?
Next month we'll make it 9 years.
Man, how old are you?
Dude,
You're
come on.
older than what I thought.
I'm only 24.
Oh, you've been doing. Oh, yeah. So you've been doing it for a long time. You started real young.
I was a freshman in high school when I started. So it was just easy transition for me to do that than anything else. That's weird for me to say, but this is like the easiest sport I could transition into. So
Did you play any sports?
Um, in high school, I went from football to wrestling and wrestling to football. Um, Eventually, football left, and I was wrestling, and then uh, I was like, I need to do something. I want to wrestle. I want to actually do professional wrestling. I'm like, this is fun, but that's what I want to do. And I tried to balance both at one point, and professional wrestling took over. So I left that in my back burner. It's still part of my life. I still use it when I'm out in the ring and stuff, but like basically those two sports, wrestling in high school and playing football, transitioning into this.
What high school did you go to?
I went to Warren Central.
Okay. We've had a few people on.
Yeah, they went to Warren Central.
Warren Central. Yes.
I coached high school wrestling for 10 years. Well, I was assistant coach here at the local high school, Muncie Southside.
Really?
Yep.
So you got some knowledge there. You got some experience there.
Oh yeah, our whole family up through high school. But what's been the hardest thing about the independent scene?
Uh, the hardest thing, I'm put it this way, because for me, it's just now coming full circle for me. But I'm gonna put it this way: like for a young talent like coming in, the hardest thing is making those connections and also trying to get your name out there so people can take you serious and take you into these bookings. Like main thing is just making connections and getting those bookings is the hardest thing. Is networking, put it that way.
I tell you what, Juwan, I think you're fantastic in the ring. I love watching you perform. First time I seen you was at WCWO, and the first time I seen you, I was impressed. I mean, really impressed with your work. And Yeah, how you're not everywhere out there in the Midwest, and I don't know where you've been and not been, but I think you should be out everywhere because I think you do a great job.
You thank you. So I've been doing this for 9 years. So when I first started, like I want to say about 3-4 years in, I was like everywhere, and then I took like a year off. Like I can't remember. I think I was 20, 21. I took like a year off like 3 years ago from wrestling, just mentally. But like before that, I was everywhere. I like for you to sit there and tell me that like I'm good. I wish I thought that like years ago. I still got some improvement, but you know, I feel more confident. I can say that with my work in that ring.
Are you most of the time are you usually a heel? That's pretty much what I've seen most of your work as. I've seen.
Yes, I am. Most of my work is heel. I have been asked. I've legit gotten emails, tweets, Facebook messages asking me about, hey, when are you gonna be baby? Like, when are we gonna see the good you? I'm like, I don't know. You just show up to the show and find out. Like, I love being a heel. It's natural to me, and I just like poking the bear. So it's just, I just have more fun. I'm more me when I'm a heel.
Because I mean, I've seen you outside the ring. I don't know you. I've not talked to you very much, but your personality, you got a big smile on your face. It seems opposite of your heel. Because when you come through the curtain, you look like you're really pissed off, want to rip somebody's head off. I mean, you do a great job with it.
Oh no, because that's the job. My job is to
Yeah.
legit go out there, try to hurt
Oh,
somebody and take their head
yeah.
off. That's my mentality. Like me outside the ring, like yeah, it's completely different. But when I'm out there, I tap into a dark side, but also tap into like a dark personal style that I grew up in. So I gotta, go that route to get into that mode.
Yeah, I love your move set. Some of your moves that you do, all powerful type stuff in a lot of ways. Like I said, Chris can tell you the first time I seen you, I said because it was maybe my second time being at WCWO, maybe third time, and I said, "Who's this guy?" I said, "This dude's awesome." I mean, I'm just a big fan from day one. So,
Thank you,
um,
man. I really appreciate the support. You know, uh, I don't get many people that like speak out because most people are very timid of me because they think I'm that that bully.
They could go rip their head off.
So, if you see me like with my kids or my wife or my mom, like they'll tell you straight up I'm like the biggest teddy bear ever.
I've
But
seen you at Summit Pro with your kids and stuff outside the ring, and I just don't like to bother people. I mean, I give people their personal space, and uh, when you're on your own time, I don't want to bother somebody. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
that's just me
I don't
personally.
I don't mind people bothering me. It's just when I've had those issues where fans will be rude and just butt in. I'm like, come on now. You see me, doing this. You don't gotta, be so rude and just butt in like that. Like, be respectful.
Yeah,
Like, excuse me, But it happens.
we'll go ahead and address that. About the house.
Oh, we've got some few people in the chat. We got Marcus Fine in here, says good evening. I do want Shane, if you're watching, thanks for plugging the show at the end of your show. I really appreciate it. Kelly says hi. Of course, you got Hollywood House says, "Oh, it's this guy. Keep trying to start smoke with the set."
So what's that about? You got something going on with the set?
Don't get me started with the set. They ain't nothing. They ain't nothing. They're the least of my worries. The set. Like, I don't get it. You know, you know, you got the big old baldy Sam Knight. Whatever he does, truthfully, he should be gone by now. But hey, then you got Paragon, which I haven't seen that boy Paragon in a while now. He ducking me just like Sam's ducking me. You know what I mean? But House, he knows where to find me. He knows where to get my info from if he wants that smoke for real. Because all people I seen him face, they ain't gonna bring the fight like I bring the fight to his boys. It's just that simple.
And, Marcus Fine says, "You're an outstanding heel. You have pissed me off on more than one occasion."
I, I believe I have. I believe
No,
I have this.
I know that because Marcus has told me. He said, "I know." He said, "I know the work." He said, "I understand it," and he said, "He still pisses me off." And Marcus has told me that a couple of times.
Jeez, and that's the thing. The whole point for me, I always have a goal: either make the fans really want to go out and slash my tires, or make them want to do, or make a kid cry. I've done that plenty of times. I made plenty of kids cry. I don't care. It's just me. I enjoy it. Bad. I really enjoy it.
Do you have a favorite opponent that you faced?
You got me. Okay. There's a lot. There's a list of good opponents. Uh, Top of that list, I'm gonna put it this way, and I'm saying this because I've been knowing him since he started, and then on top of that, he slept on my couch. We've done road trips together. Don't Die Miles, one of my closest friends in the business, one of the best people I know, in and outside that ring. He's on there, very top. And then it goes Don't Die Miles, Calvin. I can't believe I'm going to say this. Sometimes this kid irks my nerves, and I know everybody loves these matches. And I'm gonna say this now. I believe we have the best rivalry of the freaking year. Me and Dex.
That's who I was going to say because the matches I've seen you guys have, I've really enjoyed.
Oh yeah, that match I had at that last CCCW show was awesome.
Yeah,
I'll trade you places in those matches. Trust me.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, but no, thank you. Excuse me. Favorite match that you've had?
Favorite match. My favorite match, I have to say, Shares of Insanity with Jason Levi. That was brutal, but I really had fun with it. And I tried to push Jason to his limit that night, and he went past it. So that's one of my favorite matches, is the brutality of it and the creativity in it.
The hardest thing for you to learn in pro wrestling. What was the hardest thing for you to learn?
Psychology, telling a story. That was if you look at any wrestling, like AEW, WWE, and any, there's always, if you look at a match, it's up and down, right? Like a roller coaster. And psychology and telling stories is the hardest thing. Like, you can teach a monkey moves, you know what I mean? You teach anybody moves, but telling a story is a different story, So psychology and telling a story is one of the hardest things you could ever learn in this business.
See, I'm older. I'm 59, so I grew up with the NWA and old school stuff. So yeah, the stories are really important to me, and that's why I still like WWE. I try to get in AEW. I struggle with it a little bit because it's a lot more moves than story, but I still watch it quite a bit. But I love it all. I watch Impact. I watch wrestling
7 days a week.
pretty much 7 days a week. So
pretty much like I do. It's a religion basically. So
yep.
And to touch on the AEW thing, and I say this to a lot of people because everybody since they started, it's like, oh, it's not my cup of tea. I'm like, yeah, it's not gonna be everybody's cup of tea. It's a show for indie wrestlers. I'm gonna put it that way. If you look at the indies now, you got people that tell stories, you got people that do spots. The AEW show goes up and down. You got stories, you got spots, you got stories, you got spots. And I watch it because I got friends on there, but at the same time, it's just I enjoy it to a degree until something gets messed up. But otherwise than that, everything's a good show.
That's what I told Chris. I said AEW is basically independence on steroids.
Pretty much.
With the money and the production and stuff. So
pretty much.
I've been asking this question lately to a lot of the people we have on, and I like getting different answers. So it's two questions. One thing that you love about pro wrestling and one thing that you dislike about pro wrestling.
Okay. So the one thing I like about it is the friendships that I've made along the way, because they're not even friends, they're like family now. You know what I mean? Those will never go away. Almost all of them have been in my house and met my kids and everything. You know, so I consider that like one of the best things. And I'm a private person. I don't, I keep everything close to the chest. So with that, but the one thing I dislike is the politics. And I understand politics are going to happen, but politicking your way to either keep a belt that's not that important, or politicking, just to make yourself look good. Put it that way. But it's gonna happen. It's wrestling, so can't change anything, so just deal with it.
Yeah, because I listened to Busted Open Radio and Bully Ray and them guys, and said if you don't have a belt and you don't make it mean something, it's nothing because it's just a prop.
Yep,
It's got to, you got to make it mean something. And by the same token, they say if you wrestle somebody and if you don't make them, then you didn't beat anybody.
exactly. And speaking on that, like when I won the Outlaw Championship, right? Didn't want it, but kid trusted me in holding up his company. I held that month for 8 months. That ain't been done. So with that, it was like, how do I put it? It because it was my first time winning, holding like a world title, and like having somebody believe in my abilities and what I can do. And when I had that belt, I wanted to raise the bar, but also bring everybody up. I didn't care about the belt. I just want to have good matches and help everybody, excel. That's what I care about.
Personally, did you feel any pressure? I mean, holding. I mean, being their champion and him trusting you like that. Did you feel pressure?
There was always pressure, there's always pressure when, like, I'm put this way, even going into matches, always pressure of, because you want to have the best match. There's always pressure. But him trusting me in holding his belt and leading his company, there was a little bit of pressure, but I knew I was okay if I needed help or if I messed up, because kid knows I'll come in if I feel like I messed up or I need like some help. But it was more of nervous than pressure, if you get what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah, I understand that.
So because that place gave me a home, and for him to take that gamble on a kid who I know was probably a pain in his ass when I started, um, to take that gamble on me, like to showcase me, I appreciate him and owe him, everything, for that.
Marcus Fine had a question. Thoughts on your upcoming match with Shane Mercer at Thunder or Blunder?
First off, get your tickets for that one, because I can promise you it's going to be hard hitting.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be nonstop. It may be a little bit violent, but my match with him, I'm excited for it. This would be the very first time as this label, very first time meeting. So this is going to be interesting. I've known Shane, but never ever really, you know, held a actual conversation, a long conversation, or had a match with him. But I'm excited for it. I'm ready, because I've seen what he's done in GCW, and I'm like, okay, I think I can hang. So this is for me, I'm viewing it as a test to see if I can hang with the big guys, the big boys. That's what I'm really looking at.
Who out there on the independents, whether in this area or maybe another area, would you like to wrestle that you haven't wrestled yet?
Oh man, oh, I would like to wrestle for NWA for sure. Um, NWA Impact, um, some Japan. Like everybody. I know people you have on the show probably say I want to work with WWE, but that's not really my thing. I want to experience and have some fun. I want to do Impact. Uh, like I said, Impact. What was it? Somewhere in Japan. NWA. What else was it? There was something else. So I have a list. I just can't remember it all. I just know NWA was really one
You would be a
because I
great
like
fit.
to. Go ahead.
You'd be a great fit in NWA.
I want to so bad. I want to so bad. Um, But that NWA is the main one I really want to. But I'm open. Like I rather like I take whatever comes my way, you know. But NWA's like really one, and then Impact will be the next.
Any wrestlers that you haven't wrestled yet that you would like to wrestle?
Funny you asked that, because literally I was thinking a couple days ago about like everybody want to work, and it just funny to me because I teamed with him the first 2 years of my career, Calvin Tankman. We've really never had a one-on-one match. It's always been either a tag match or something. I really want to work him one-on-one because that's like my big brother. Mike Bennett's another. Josh Alexander, Suzuki, you know, Moss, Sammy, um, a lot of people, man. Like just the name off the top of my head, those guys, you know. I really want to test myself this upcoming year of can I hang? Can I, you know, make some noise? Like, I'm gonna be honest, because I got fans like they still blow me up now. Hey, what's going on with you in the dub? I'm like, well, there's nothing going on. Uh, it was just time for me to go my own way because I got to a point where okay, I'm not needed, but I think it's time for me to leave the nest now and make some noise and rattle some cages and piss a lot of people off that have doubted me. So that's what I've been trying to do coming down to the end of the year. So I just trying, man. That's all I can do.
Have you wrestled out of state?
Uh lately no. Lately no. I have before. We've been to West Virginia, Illinois. Um, where else? Michigan, Atlanta. That's pretty much it.
Well, like when you go to the different states, or is the style or the locker room and stuff, is it different, a lot different than maybe here in Indiana?
The locker room's different. Um, Now, style. How do I put it? Style. It just varies because it depends on the crowd. My style somewhat changes. It rarely changes, but I'll change it if it needs to be changed. So it won't be the same stuff, you know. And I don't think you guys seen it, but I can do like the fast paced type matches. It just I didn't be prepared beforehand, but I can do them. You know, it's just got to get to it. But like I've been, the locker room is different, and then the styles they somewhat change, but don't really change. Put it that way.
Oh, what's different about the locker room? Is it just because you're in a different spot, or
The Put it this way, I'm so used to like everybody, and I get it. This business is you got to be selfish in this business, but I'm used to people just trying to tell you the wrong things and take advantage of you. So when I go to places like out of state and the locker room's like has a positive energy, they want to uplift and help you along. Like that's what I'm talking about. Like that's what I mean
okay.
by locker room's different.
Favorite matches like WWE, AEW, or NWA? Any favorite matches that you have? Also, favorite wrestlers.
Uh, there's a few favorite matches. One, and I'm gonna say this: Mike need to do this match for me. Like I get a TLC match ASAP. Like period. Um, TLC, Hell in a Cell, the old school elimination chamber matches. If you the one with the whole thing was still there wasn't that little padding on the
Yeah,
outside.
yeah, yeah.
That's what I like. And
Yeah,
then
they had to change that because about killed them.
what was it? Favorite wrestler. That list is so long. Like I said, the person that got me into it was Jeff, but then as time goes on, you start watching a little bit more. Um, you got the guy that's running the company now, Triple H is one, Sean, um, Randy, Edge, Punk. Like that list is so long, man. I don't even know.
Do you still do you watch like the TV shows like WWE and AEW and all that?
Yeah, I do. Because you gotta. I always tell people you gotta watch a variety of wrestling. If you're in this business, you gotta watch every single one because there's so much that you don't know that's out there. And plus you also don't know who's watching you. So you kind of need to know their product and their guys and what they do.
You're,
So that's just one thing that I view.
and actually, you're one of the few wrestlers that we've talked to that that watches the TV product right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
A lot of them don't
said they
watch
don't.
it.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of them have said they don't watch. Not very every. So they say they'll maybe watch a few videos on YouTube, stuff like that, but really don't follow the shows much.
Yeah, and it happens when you're doing it. Like for me, I did that for a while, but as I get back into it, it's like I got to get up on everything, like everybody's product. Because if you don't, and let's say if you get signed, you kind of you're still a fan at heart, so you kind of still want to be up to date on the product, so you don't get mixed in the shuffle.
Yeah, it's all different. I mean, AEW is different than WWE. NXT is different. NWA is different. Impact different. They're all different. All offer
Yeah,
something different.
that's the thing. Like WWE will offer you stories, AEW offer you stories plus big flashy spots. Impact will offer you stories. NWA will offer you that old school vibe with the stories. It's a variety.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, how has your mindset changed from like when you first got into the business to now?
Like I said, I was a kid. I didn't care when I started, and I'm gonna say this now because I beat myself up till this day. Because if you look at everybody, like you guys know who Calvin Tankman is, right? So
Yes.
like I beat myself up every day because Calvin blew up. I'm still here. And me and him had this talk. He's told me plenty of times I should be where he's at with him. But me being a kid, being stubborn and being dumb and childish, you know, in my opinion, I think me staying where I was the smart decision, but also the wrong decision for me. But it's my mindset to this whole wrestling thing has changed. Like I said, I was a kid, and everybody see me as a kid now to a man and a father. So, like the whole mindset to wrestling has changed. I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it for my son and my daughter. It's just like they get to see me now do what I do best to the best of my ability that I believe I'm at now.
Let's see. Roger Pettit said, "Ask Juwan Thomas why he likes such ugly jackets."
One jacket, Roger. It was that nasty, ugly green one I got. And it was only a one-time thing I wore it because my other jacket had ripped. So, Roger, forget you, man. I'm sorry, man. I'll deal with you at Summit.
Then we got Mike King says, "Look at this big ass jabroni."
Hey, tell Mike, this is jabroni. Why is he trying to be a knockoff rocker?
Oh man, that's a big rocker there too. That's a giant size rocker.
Have you worked Mike King before?
Yes, actually. I worked him, I think it was a tag match, 2 tag matches actually. And even though he tried to make me laugh, but still it didn't work. But fun. All I can say is I've had so much fun in the ring with him. So
Have you got to
I
meet?
am okay. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Not even close to
How about this? The big old Uso. How about is that better? You're a big Uso.
Uso.
Better? You're a big old Uso.
Have you got to meet anybody in the wrestling business? Any stars or anybody that you was really happy to get to meet?
I met a lot, and people think, and I'm not even starstruck. I've always viewed it as they're people too, like we're people. So, um, I had met Rikishi. I've met we all know we all met Carlito and Primo and them. And I met Dr. Tom. I've met Kane. I've met Eugene. It's a lot of people, but Dr. Tom and Kane are the two that stick out. Did a seminar with Dr. Tom and learned a lot. So me and Kane, he's like one of the sweetest people, like the nicest people ever.
Yeah, I've
And
heard that,
then
and I've heard that about Dr. Tom too. Super knowledgeable.
Mikey introduced me to Luke Gallows.
Yeah, we got to meet Luke down in Jeffersonville earlier this year with Mike.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice guy too. You know, but it's a lot of guys I've met. You know, I can't name them all, but it's a lot.
Have you got to work any of the names like that?
Sadly, no. That's one thing that's also on my bucket list. I want to work somebody that's been there, you know, so I could also see if I could, stand with somebody that's made it to the big time and, made a name for themselves. That, I'm bummed. Like, put it this way. Like I said before, the business is selfish. I'm gonna put it this out. I had a selfish moment one time. So we all know Dex had a match with Michael Elgin, right? And I was so mad about that because I wanted that match so bad, but at the end of the day, I knew it was business and he deserved the match. Like I told myself before, if a big match comes with a big name, it comes. If it don't, it don't. It sucks that I'm saying that, but I really hope that it does.
Mike King says your time's coming.
Oh yeah, I have worked. Correction, Marcus. Thank you. I've worked Congo Kong.
Yeah,
Those. Ooh,
I would like to see that. I would like to see you and Tankman. I think. Hey Mike, when we get that for DCCW, man, Juwan Thomas versus Calvin Tankman. I would love to see that. Or a 3-way with Congo Kong. And I'm trying to get you beat up.
I'm the smallest one in there with them two. What you trying to do? Jeez.
I think you're smarter than both of them though. So I think you would be able to come out victorious.
No, they know me too well. No, stop. No. See, Calvin knows me too well. Calvin knows me too well. I can't do nothing. They gonna outsmart me. What is he saying? Okay, I just saw what Roger said. Talk about the influence that Dick Kemp and Hillbilly did. TJ, when TJ, like I said before in the beginning, TJ had his hands in on my training, but he really had his hands in when I was at like the lowest point in my life and my career. You know what I mean? I was lost. I was just floating around, just doing dumb stuff. And TJ really helped me own my craft and also helped me learn to follow my gut. And Hillbilly Jed is like the best big brother I could ever ask for. He's been there since day one. He was actually my second match ever. So, like, I really love that big guy to death. And, it's just, I owe him so much because every time I talk to him, it's like he's helping me just by listening and helping me, like, critique a little bit of things every time I talk to him.
I believe that because not that I know him at all, but just looking at him from afar, he looks like that type of guy that would be that way. Be helpful, and if you needed help or asked for help, he would give you that advice and be very very knowledgeable.
Yeah, and like him and TJ been very 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 kind to me. And speaking of TJ, it hurts me more that it is going to happen here on the 4th that he's going to retire. And not trying to get emotional about it, but I owe that man a lot. He's like my dad in this business, and just to see him have his last match is going to suck. But I'm happy for him that he lived, his dream,
Yep.
and I hope that whatever he does, like in his future, life after wrestling is even better.
Well, yeah, it's cool that he's got to live his dream, and he said he's going to keep the promotion going, which I think is cool. I love going to Summit Pro. It's a different atmosphere from some of the other promotions we go to. Not that it's a bad atmosphere; it's a great atmosphere, but it's just a little bit different than because we go to Word Pro, we go WCWO, we go 5-6 different promotions, and they're all good, they're all different. And but I like we've happened to be around some of the speeches that TJ has done, before the show starts and stuff. I think they're pretty cool, pretty interesting, a different style than we've seen at other places, and I enjoy it. So I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's one thing. TJ tries to keep everything fresh, and make it a fun environment, and keep the positivity. And I'm gonna say this now, like that, I'm having fun being there. Like I said, we have a show on the 4th
Yeah,
that's been advertised. So
yeah, we'll be at that show.
Yes.
So like,
Right.
I don't know what's gonna happen, but everybody's gonna have fun with it.
Yes, Roger, we're going to be at the show on the 4th.
We all might cry by the end of it, but hey,
Hey, TJ's always treated us great
Yes.
since we started going over there to Summit Pro. I think what was the second show
Yeah, I
we
think
went
so.
to.
Yeah, second or third show.
It
Yeah.
was like their second or third show ever, and we've only missed a couple since then. That's just because sometimes get booked other places before we know dates.
Yeah, it happens. I like. So when after the show and I go home, I go and find you guys on YouTube because I know you guys do commentary, and like I like to watch wrestling commentary because it adds more to the story of the match.
Yep.
So when I go back and watch it, it's like, okay, this is kind of interesting now because we got the commentary going. It's like, okay, you hyping everybody up. I'm like, man, this is some good stuff. So I want to say thank you to you guys for doing helping us tell our story across, other platforms. For sure.
Appreciate that. Yeah,
we appreciate
we're having a blast, man. I'm having all kinds of fun doing this.
We've been doing it about a year and a half now.
Yep.
And Mike King actually gave us our first opportunity there at DCCW to do it. And then from there, we went to Kokomo.
Yep. He got us that too.
He got us there. And then we started going to Summit Pro. And we're doing 2 this weekend. We're going to be at New Era on Saturday night. And then we'll be at Warrior Pro on Sunday.
Yep.
My first time meeting y'all, I think, actually, like in my memory that I can probably met beforehand, but my first time was the me and Dex belt for belt at DCW. That was the one.
Bearcat Rumble.
Yeah, because I remember you had Blake on commentary and House on commentary, and I was like, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah, yeah.
So that was that one really stands out with you guys.
Actually, I think that was one of your favorite matches. Was that night?
Yep, definitely.
Man.
I'd love to see you and Dex work. It's fantastic.
Everybody says I don't know why. It hurts too much. Why? Like we legit try to beat the crap out of each other. Why does everybody like that?
Oh, I don't know if you could hear it on commentary, but during your match at the DCCW show, that Cornfield Carnage, the people that were sitting in front of us at the VIP table, the guy was asking me and Brody Botkins, because Brody was sitting on commentary at the time, was asking how much you weighed and how much Dex weighed. We gave him, I forget what even number we said. Well, then the guy said, "There's no way that."
Well, he thought you weighed like 320 or 330 pounds. I said,
I've never been 300.
We
said like 260.
I said probably about 250, and I said Dex probably around 200, 210. I was just I was just guessing because I don't know for sure.
Dex is about almost, I want to say it's about like 220 now because he's been putting on muscle, and I'm like about 270. Okay. So you guys are about close.
But yeah, it was funny. The guy he argued with us about it for about the whole match.
Yeah. Yeah, because he thought there was like about 100-pound difference between you two. Because he kept saying Dex was little. I said Dex is not little. I said he's tall and he's not, you know,
He's
he's not
little, but
huge.
he's
But he's
got it.
not little.
You know, and I'm gonna like say this about Dex real quick because I'm gonna give him his flowers while he's here. You know, in the business, that kid is good. He's good. And I'm gonna give him his credit. He's had a tryout. You know, he's good. You know, I really hope he thrives and makes it far in this business. You know, I hope this business doesn't consume him and fill his head up with such nonsense. You know what I'm saying? It happens so much. So I just hope, you know, he thrives like he's been doing. Like I said, I believe we have rivalry of the year, in my opinion. You know, so
It's hard it'd be hard to argue.
you know, if nobody's seen those matches, they're out on YouTube. Go watch them. You'll tell.
Oh yeah, we like every time you guys have wrestled, we've enjoyed it. So,
Thank you.
Got anything else?
No, I'm good to go.
Oh well, before we get out of here, plug yourself, like where people can see you, where you're going to be wrestling at next couple matches, or your social media, all that stuff.
Well, my next show is December 4th at Summit Pro at the Hancock County Fairgrounds for Summit Pro. And then we got Thunder or Blunder against Shane Mercer. First time ever. It's going to be hard hitting with that one. No, buy your tickets for both shows, please, because, you know, all the support is necessary for the brutality that I'm probably going to get myself into. But you can follow me. You say what?
You know who you're wrestling on the 4th?
No, I don't. I don't know anything yet. All I can tell you is, all I can tell fans and you guys is, you know, come out, find out, like I find out, you know. You can, everybody, you can, you know, well, let me see. You can add my Facebook page. It's the Naptown Nightmare, Juwan Thomas on Facebook. Twitter, you can follow me on there. It is at Naptown. It's just Nap and then Town, but take the O out. Just take the O out the town. And Nightmare. And Instagram, just Juwan Thomas 2020, pretty much.
You got merch.
I have merch. They're on Pro Wrestling Tees. There's a new shirt that's going to get added here later tonight, and you guys, please go out and buy. You know, I lowered the price because I know times are hard in the world right now. So it's probably most people probably charge like 20, 15. I lowered it down to like $12, $13. So, but there's a new shirt coming out, and then I'm probably going to work on there's going to be hoodies soon too as well. I'll be on the lookout for that. But wrestling tees, you know, type in what was it? Can't remember what it was that quick. Nightmare Inc. Naptown Nightmare Inc. Or you can search my name, Juwan Thomas. You know, it's on there. But Pro Wrestling Tees is one place to go get it. Or soon, probably at the beginning of the year, you can meet me at a show and buy some merch at my merch table. Put it that way.
Yeah, definitely come out to the shows he's got coming up. Summit Pro is a great show. I can vouch for that. I've been to quite a few of them. Thunder and Blunder, I've only been to one, but the one I got to go to was very good. And I've seen a lot of the card for this one, Thunder and Blunder. It's going to be fantastic. Just your guys' match, you and Mercer's match, is worth the price of admission right there. And there's a lot of great matches on there.
The thing is, I did the first Thunder and Blunder show I did. I was sick. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to make it. So, you know, I'm taking medicine, trying to make myself feel better. Get to the show, I'm like, something don't feel right. Do a 3-way with Logan Dutch. And I'm like, I'm probably going to poop my pants out here in front of these fans. Luckily, I didn't. But when I got done, I went right to the bathroom. So, you know, that's my first experience with Thunder and Blunder. But, you know, this time I'm ready. You know, I think I'm ready. I'm ready to test myself against one of the big names on the East. So this is gonna be interesting. You know, like I said, buy your tickets. You know, for that one and buy tickets for Summer Pro.
We're lucky enough. We're going to be at we'll be at both those shows.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there, because like I said, you guys do such a fantastic job on commentary, and it helps us as the wrestlers tell our story.
I appreciate that. I don't know if I'm any good or not, but I try. I'm just having a good time. I don't take it too serious. I just want to go out there and have a good time, and hopefully the fans get that at home. That hey, I'm having a good time. That's what I try to project. That you guys are putting on a great show and have a good time.
Having a good time, having fun. That's all it's about. As long as you're doing that, you're doing your job.
Yep.
Well, man, we appreciate you joining us. You're welcome. Come back on anytime.
Anytime you want, just let us know.
All right, thank you. I've enjoyed it. I rarely do like stuff like this. I'm gonna try to do more, but I really appreciate it. Thanks for asking me to come on and be a part of the show.
You're welcome. Like I said, you're welcome anytime. Before we get out of here, please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room. Like and follow us on Facebook and Twitch. We greatly appreciate that. Also, hit the subscribe button on YouTube for the All Sports All Plays Network, the ASAP Sports Network. We're live on there right now as well. So we're actually live on seven different channels. So if you guys would like, follow, and subscribe, we all appreciate it.
Juwan, have a good night, man. Have a good rest of the week and the weekend, and good luck on your upcoming matches.
And we'll see you on the 4th.
You too. Thank you, guys. You have a good night. Be safe.
All right, you too.
All right.